Hey guys, TKC here, TheKaijudoChannel. I'm finally back after a 2-week break. I took time, enjoyed the holidays, had a lot of fun. Hope you guys had a great holiday as well and a happy new year. So, we got a lot of news today. January, kicking off the new year, and we're starting off good. We got a lot of things to talk about, so let's get straight to it. First things first, they have announced most of the KMC locations for Season 3, this next spring season coming up really soon. There's a bunch of them listed right now on the site. I'll leave the link to that page in the description below, but listed under all of those stores, there's a little message that says, "Note this list is subject to change as additional stores and event dates are determined. Please keep checking back for updates." So this means that this list is not finalized yet, but there's a chance that there'll be more stores. For now, this is pretty much a confirmed list of stores that will be getting KMCs, but right now they're trying to nail out the dates. In addition, they also announced that on every Friday, the website is also going to be posting more updates. So it's not just going to be on the Wednesdays, they're also going to be doing it on the Fridays. And they said that Wednesdays will stick to the same content as usual, but the Fridays are going to be more about like updates and like answering questions that the community asks and stuff. So, you know, like they watch us like a hawk, you know, they go on a bunch of different social platforms and stuff like that, and they look at what we're talking about, and you know, they discuss it at their headquarters. And now I guess on Friday they're going to, you know, take all this stuff that they see from the community and kind of like answer some questions that are unanswered and stuff like that. So it'll be a nice little day to kind of give some more updates and just answer some questions. Speaking of the KMCs, they kind of talked about the prizes a little bit more in detail, but I think they're going to be fully fleshed out very soon, not really quite yet, but here's a general idea of what you can expect at the KMCs this next season coming up. New KMC playmats themed to the 5 Mystics art. The 5 Mystics, of course, is the new set that's going to be coming out in March. The Civilization prizes are going to be Civilization hats, pins, and patches. So pins is something we've already had plenty of times in the Civilization prizes, but now patches are going to be there, and Civilization hats is an interesting one too. Not kind of sure what the hats are going to look like. Is it like a baseball cap hat? Is it like a toque beanie hat kind of thing? I don't know. We'll see what happens there. I'm sure we'll get pictures of this coming really soon, so expect that in the future. Boosters and promo card awards as per usual. Boosters weren't really a part of the prize pool except for like the Civilization prizes. You get a booster box inside the bag. Now, I don't know if they're going to stick to that yet. I think they're going to kind of set some sort of structure as far as what boosters go to who and stuff like that instead of the stores deciding. And promo card awards, that's always nice as well, so we'll be getting promos like we used to with the Sabretooth in Season 2, the last season that just passed. And lastly, the first place finishers in each Civ are going to get a framed card art just like you would get in the bag. So I think this is implying that we're not getting any more bags, which is kind of sad, but at least everyone's going to be getting a playmat, which is really cool. Everyone getting a playmat just for entering is really nice, and promo cards are nice too. And we still get some really neat Civilization stuff, basically all the stuff that come in the bag. But I know that the Civilization bag was like a really cool prize to start off with, so it's kind of sad to see that go if it did go. I'm not really sure yet. But anyways, we'll get another update on this in the future, I hope, and we'll see all the stuff that we'll be getting at the KMCs. So moving on to the next thing, new cards. Oh yes, new cards. Now, right before I was about to record this video, Kaijudo decided to be awesome and posted 2 more cards. So now there's 3 cards to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and start with the ones they just posted because they're really cool. These are going to be the set premiere cards that are going to be given out at the set premiere for the 5 Mystics. So let's start with the first one. This one is Wavebreaker Shaman. It is a level 4, 5,000 power Aquan Spirit Totem. It has blocker, it has guard, and it has Spirit Guide. Whenever this creature blocks, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal a creature from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest of them on the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is really interesting. It's kind of like a neat spin on King Barnacle in a way. They are both considered to be very interesting. King Barnacle is basically whenever it comes into play, you draw a card, and whenever you block, you draw a card. Whereas this is more like you only get the effect off when you block, but you kind of control your draw a little bit better in that you look at the top 3 and say, oh, cool, I'm going to take this creature because this creature is really awesome. You can take like Lyra the Blazing Sun or General Finbar, or, you know, something really cool that will help you in the following turns. Whereas, you know, King Barnacle, you just kind of draw and take that card. However, if you like spells, if you're using a control deck, King Barnacle is probably the better option because this creature only allows you to get creatures from the top of your deck. So I don't know, very interesting options in the blocker department these days, so it's definitely a neat blocker to add to the Kaijudo pool. And next is the card that everyone is freaking out about right now, and this is really interesting because it's the first time a spell is making an appearance as a set premiere card, and that card is Reckoning. This is a level 7 spell, no shield blast. Until the start of your next turn, each of your creatures wins all its battles. So you basically turn all your creatures into Ravu, the Indomitable, which is just absolutely nuts. And I'll tell you why. Let me get this straight. This card, like, to me, this card seems absolutely bonkers in tempo decks. Tempo decks are the decks that basically, you play a creature pretty much every turn. You swing at shields left and right. You finish things off with like a general Finbar. Boom, you bounce one of their blockers, let's say, or one of their big threats. You attack with all your creatures, and you're drawing cards every time you attack with your creatures. And okay, cool. So let's say you have all your creatures tapped because you just attacked and like blew away all their shields. Well, the next turn they could just go, Herald, Jump Jets, get rid of one of your creatures, boom, Andromeda, get 2 shields, and then they're back in the game, and you're looking at this big Andromeda, and you're like, oh crap, I'm going to probably lose the game. Now, if you kind of hold back a little bit, just don't go too crazy just yet. Let's say you play the Finbar, and you're like, okay, let's not attack, let's just leave it at that. And then, next turn, you play Reckoning. Just a simple situation. Boom, all your creatures win their battles, and then you're like, okay, I'm free to just attack now. Boom, 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 boom. So you have like absolutely no reason not to attack. You're just like attacking left and right, drawing cards left and right, and all your creatures are basically invincible. So this card really scares me. This card is really powerful, and it could probably be fit into many different decks, but personally, myself, I see this working very well in a tempo deck like I just described. It's just absolutely nuts, making all of your creatures invincible. They can't revenge, kill all your creatures. It's going to be very, very powerful card, so definitely keep an eye out on this Reckoning card. And next, we have another card to show off here, and this is the March Duel Day promo. They kind of like to reveal the Duel Day promos, a good 2 months in advance. So this one is Seer. It is a level 5, 3000 power Cyberlord, and has the ability Eye of Logos, which is depicted right there in the art. And if I might say, that art looks really, really awesome. Eye of Logos, whenever you cast a spell, you may draw a card, and if you do, discard a card. So this is pretty much a not-so-good Vicorakis, if you remember that card all the way back in the Dojo Edition, and you can only find it in the Dojo Edition. You can't find that in Rise of the Duel Masters. So you basically have to wait until you cast a spell, and then you could use the effect. So the advantage of this card is that you can use the ability many times, but I don't really know if I see the use in that later on. I don't know, I could be wrong, but personally, if I wanted to do that loot effect, I want to do it right away, and I do it with a card like Cyber Trader, or some other spells out there like Trial and Error. Cards like that kind of do that job a little bit better, in my opinion. But Cyber Seer, it could be decent. Using that loot ability every turn in a control deck is definitely something kind of underrated in a way. You could like play Reverberate. After you play this, you draw a bunch of cards because you still have all your shields, and then you're like, oh, I don't like this card, let's get rid of it and get a new one, and you basically improve your draw a little bit. So this card definitely has some interesting implications, and I'm definitely interested to see where this card ends up in the future. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the Kaijudo news. Hope you enjoyed this video. Finally back, so sorry for the long delay, guys. Now, I'm going to go ahead and talk about a few things about my website. So the website is currently live. I actually haven't posted a video yet saying that. I just kind of announced that I did have a site, and I'm going to put it up eventually, but just in case you guys don't know, KaijudoChannel.com is live. You can go ahead and click the link in the description, and you'll go straight there to the awesome site that is KaijudoChannel.com. Right now, it's pretty much a news/database right now. There's going to be a lot more features in the future, don't get me wrong, but, it's a work in progress. So, the main thing I wanted to do is post that database. So right now it's currently updated to pretty much most of the cards. The 3 I just talked about are not in there right now, but rest assured it probably will be there soon. We also noticed that a lot of our users, a good portion of them, are browsing the site on phones and tablets and stuff like that, and right now the site isn't really like set up so that you will be able to browse the site a lot more efficiently. So we're looking into kind of making it a bit more user-friendly on phones. I posted a news article on the site discussing that. So, expect it in the coming, weeks or maybe months. I don't know how long it'll take, but we're looking into it, and we're going to make the, database a lot more easier to use on phones and stuff like that. So when you're on the go and you want to see a card, it'll be a lot more easier to use. It'll be a lot more fun. You could do some cool like swiping left and right between the filters in the database, and it'll be really cool. And in addition, right now myself, I'm currently working on a really big feature that I'm sure a lot of you KMC competitors out there are going to be really interested in. Basically, one of the problems out there I find right now in the community is that information is kind of spread out all over the place. There's not really much centralization going right now. So if we want to find, like, I don't know, let's say the top 8 decks of this event, it's kind of hard to find it. You kind of have to dig through news posts and stuff like that. You kind of have to like Google it maybe, or go on YouTube, find the deck profile there. It's really hard to find what you want right now. And so KaijudoChannel.com is going to try to rectify this and try to put this all into one nice little deck compendium, deck database, if you will, stuff like that. So I'm sure you guys are going to be really interested in that, and there's going to be a lot more, I promise. So I highly suggest you, keep in touch with KaijudoChannel.com, or keep in touch with this channel, and you guys will be getting the updates left and right from YouTube, from my Twitter, from my Facebook. So be sure to, follow me on Twitter and all those other things, and you'll be updated. Alright guys, TKC, The Kaijudo Channel, signing off. See you later, guys.